Hello, this is Michael from WTF Wentz Train Fanatics. As you have seen in our channel, we've covered everything from the history of the real trains to model trains from Lionel to MTH and other manufacturers. Lionel Trains has a very long history that's been around for over 100 years. And during the post-war era, starting in 1947, they started building their model trains to have a capability of making smoke using these little smoke pellets. All you would do is insert one of these little aspirin-sized white pellets into the smokestack, and within a few seconds you saw that nice billowing white smoke come from the locomotive, making it look like a real train that's roaring down the rails. As time has gone on, so has the technology and so has the equipment. Nowadays, we don't use the smoke pellets anymore. Some people who are still running their post-war and really want to, live back in the past, they will still put it in from time to time. But a lot of people nowadays in the modern times, they're using a liquid-based formula. Liquid that would be able to go into the smokestack, depending on the type of train that you're running, is anywhere from 3 drops to 15 drops. And some people tend to go through a lot of smoke fluid the more they run their trains. Well, I will let you know that WTF has the honor and privilege of testing a beta version of a new formula from a new company that will be probably released sometime in the near future. I can't tell you the name of the company, but if you are interested in following and making sure you find out as soon as I can say, I want you to go ahead and hit the comments below. Put a comment in there so that you can show me that you're interested in learning more about it. So again, I can't tell you the name of the company right now or the name of the fluid or what it's going to be called, but it should be releasing soon, and I want to be able to tell all of you when it does. Now, some of the challenges a lot of people have with the fluid is that some like it because it just goes up and it creates a nice smoke, and that's all they care about. Some of those who have spent a lot of time on the layout, putting scenic materials down, or even just having their track in a permanent fixed position, one of the buildups that happen, there's a residue buildup that usually comes off of fluids. Okay, a lot of times the fluid will rise up out of the smokestack, and sometimes it'll just stay at a certain level, a certain height, and just create sort of this fog that's laying and covering the entire track and the entire layout. There's some that go up and just immediately go down. All right. Some of the buildup that I was talking about before, if you notice right here at the corner of my train, right at the front step, you'll see that it's all shiny compared to the other side. That's because that's a buildup of smoke fluid as I've run this train over and over again. So as the fluid comes out of the smokestack, you might not see it because it's not in its liquid form, it's in a vapor form, but by the time that comes back down, by the time gravity pulls it back down, it tends to collect and pool up. Now this is just shown on a metallic surface. Okay, can you imagine what that looks like on your scenery and on your buildings that you have and everything else that you may have around your layout? So as the more you run your trains, the more this chemical is going to fall and lay on it. So this is just a sample of what is soon going to be available on the market in the near future. A new smoke fluid that will be able to go into your trains. Now there's a couple of things that I've been told about this that I should look out for. One is the smell. Okay, this here, the scent of this particular one is chocolate. I'm really looking forward to it. I know that there's a lot of other companies out there, a few companies out there that have various scents to it. It gives to the enjoyment. It's not just smoke. It doesn't just smell like something is burnt or any other kind of, dull, bland smell. This is going to be something I'm going to look forward to. It's going to be flavored chocolate. Some of the other things that I was asked to look out for is that the way this is designed is to go up and to dissipate. The idea is that it creates and gives you that smoke look, that feel, that like that engine, that real engine that's flying down, but it's supposed to dissipate, okay? And so that's something I'm going to look out for. It's not supposed to settle, it's not supposed to fall down, which then creates buildup both on your track and on all your scenery. And it's also supposed to go up and not create a billowing fog. A lot of times when people have a layout, if it's a loop layout, what tends to happen is that as that train keeps going around and around and around, it starts creating this more and more smoke, and when the smoke goes up, it kind of just sits there. So if you're actually standing and operating your layout, you have to look through this level of fog to be able to see your train that's going through, and you're constantly battling that. Whereas this is supposed to be designed, what I'm told, and we hopefully will see in the video, that it'll go up and it'll just dissipate. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and put some of these drops into here, into the smokestack. So I'm told this should be treated just like any other smoke fluid that's out there. In a more modern unit, it should be about roughly anywhere from 13 to 15 drops. Make sure I blow some air in there, make sure it goes all the way down, that there's no air pockets, because that also what tends to create some splash outside of the smokestack is when there's an air pocket in there, and as you're running your train and that air comes up and pops that bubble, it's going to spit out, and that's something you don't want. Well, I really wish, we haven't even run this engine yet, and we can smell the chocolate on our fingers.
It's like a Tootsie Roll.
It's like a Tootsie Roll, Jen said. You know what? It really is. I really wish you could smell this through the video. We know you can't.
Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision. Right. Didn't they have that in Willy Wonka? Right? All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to run this locomotive. We're going to see the steam output that we're anticipating, and anticipating a nice smell. As you can see, the smoke does appear, it does come out, and before my train is able to come back around the full loop, which is only an 8-foot by 4-foot layout, the smoke is gone. You don't see any residue left, you don't see any other cloud or fog. So just like they had said it was supposed to be, the way it was designed, this fog is just dissipated, and I can clearly see all the buildings in my layout. So you're still getting the effect, you still see the smoke coming out, it still looks like a real locomotive, but as that goes through, it has that smoke output, as you can see right here, and before you know it, probably within, it seems about 10 seconds, this smoke is dissipated. And we just want, for full disclosure, all of our fans to know that we are not compensated by the company that's going to be producing this. They just knew that we were into model trains, and they wanted us to try out and let them know about their beta test and how we felt about it. I'm told that there's going to be a couple of different smells and scents that are going to be coming down the line in the next couple of months. Hopefully we will get a chance to review those as well. Now, the scent we just tested was chocolate, and too bad you weren't able to smell it, but you got to just take our word for it. It was really nice. It was really pleasant. What was also great about it is, just as we showed you how the smoke goes up and dissipates, so does the smell. It's just enough while you're running your trains to have that smell there, nice sweet chocolate, but it's not like someone just walked into a chocolate factory. It's not overpowering. It doesn't hit you in the face. And for some people who have family and friends who can't take strong odors, it's good for them too. So they can come in, they can get just enough smell of it, just be able to enjoy it as you're running your trains, and a couple of minutes later, there's just like the smoke, the smell is gone. Now, if you want any updates on when this is actually going to hit the market and when you can get your hands on it for yourself, make sure you subscribe to this channel and go ahead and hit that notification button. This way you get alerted every time we upload a video. Just like the smell goes up and dissipates, so does the smell. It doesn't have a lingering odor that's behind. So when somebody comes in, it's not like they're walking in what? Odor?
A lingering odor that's behind.